Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's May's watch list preview. Um, it's been a pretty nasty looking month, or at least the last couple of weeks. Um, Seems like we had a little bit of made a little bit of headway, and then it just fell apart. So if you take a look at the SPY, 4 red weeks in a row. We did get little pops here, but they failed. Not enough buyers coming in, not enough, um, yeah, not enough momentum to start pulling in new buyers, and that's what you need. You have buyers, but then you need new buyers to continue that, and just not enough people were sold that we were heading back up. So yeah, it's we have a pretty key level right here. The bottom of this candle here is at well, I'll put it there. Why did it not? Why is my? Oh, I'm on the wrong. Okay, let's. It helps to be on the right drawing tool. So 410.64 is a key level. We need to hold that 410.64. This is the monthly chart. Even if you look at the weekly, same thing. Um, the weekly we still have this 410.64 here. If we don't hold that, um, we're looking at the next level down on the weekly is going to be 405.33, which is another $5. Then we're going to be looking at 404, and then we have a gap to fill here. And who knows? Maybe that's where we're heading. Maybe they're going to try to fill this gap. Uh, if you look at the monthly, we have this level here of 404 again, and then we have 398.18 here, and then down here we're at 371.88. So if we lose this 410.64, it's very reasonable to think that we could come down here to this 404. That's only a $6 move. Probably even come down and test 400 at a minimum. If we lose this 410.64, I think we go down and test 400. If we lose 400, we may come down and you got to watch for the snap. What do they call it? What Steve calls it? Snap and crack, or crack and snap. If we crack that, if we crack that 400 level, we may come down and just touch this 398.18 and then take off the other direction. You have to be careful of that. Just because you lose a level by 50 cents a dollar doesn't mean that okay, that's it. It's going. Um, but if we don't hold this level 398.18, then that's going to concern me, because the next area to watch here is going to be 371, which is another 10% drop. So this level here is really, I think, a really important level to hold is right around the $400. We lose that 400, I think we're going to be in for um, a lot more red. So enough of the doom and gloom. It makes good buying opportunities, but it really hurts the people that are 401s and IRAs that people are holding long term. So let's take a look here at Apple. This is inside month. So here's Apple. Inside month, pretty nasty looking. Um, Break below 155.38. If you come down to look at the weekly, we've had 4 weeks in a row down. The first target's going to be 150.10, which will coincide with the 150 level. You kind of put those together and lump those in the same thing. And then you have the 140, what is that, 149.34. And by the way, if I didn't show you this already, here it is. Inside month Apple, CVX, Baidu. And I want to keep an eye on this IWM short. I'll explain that later. So target 1 was here. Target 2 is the low. Look like a bee flying by me here. Target 2 is going to be 149.34. Target 3 is going to be down here at 147.48. Target 4 down here at 146.41. Target 5 at 143.16. And target 6, I added this one on here at 139.20 only because it's real close to this pivot low. If I was still in this, I wouldn't be waiting for that pivot low. I'd be all out at this target. So that's what we're looking for on Apple. Earnings is out of the way. Obviously, buyers didn't like what they heard or saw. So CVX, if we look at the month again, we had an inside month, kind of ugly looking. Was that 2 up? 174.54, 174.76. That's not a 2 up, so it's an inside. Well, I guess so. It hit my inside scanner. So we have an inside, kind of ugly looking. Break below 151.36. Come down, take a look. Now I went to the daily on this because our trigger's here, but target 1 would be way down here, and I don't like that big of a target. So I came down to the daily, and here's our trigger. Target 1 is going to be right here, and I actually think there's a gap fill there. Target 1's 150.05. Target 2 is 149.96. So let's just call it 150 there is going to be the first target. There's another gap down here. Target 2 is 10. Well, if you want to call it target 2, but target 2 is going to be 144.70. That'll enter the gap, and target 3 will fill the gap at 144. Target 4 is going to be down here at 138.65. So that's what I have for CVX. Baidu, I think Baidu had a nice little pop the other day, but yeah, it popped up and then faded. So Baidu tried, but wasn't very successful. So take a look at the month. We had an inside month. A lot of ugly looking months. Actually ugly looking for the past 10 months maybe. Just not been pretty. But we're looking for a break below. Try to make this easier to see. Break below 110.30. And if we come down and take a look, trying to make this easier to see. Had to go back pretty far to get targets. Target 1 is going to be 102.18. Target 2, which is, I believe, the low of this candle is 102.18, which is an $8 move. So target 1 is going to be Baidu moves pretty quick, but target 1 is going to be a pretty good size move. Target 2 is going to be 101.51. And we actually have a gap here. So you could look at target 3 as being $100.17. I have target 3 listed at $90.94. Target 4 at $86.23 and target 5 at $82. So that's what I'm looking at on Baidu. Now, honorable mention IWM, and I'll explain why I have this on here. I'm not going to go into too much detail because this is something I'm still working on. I actually need to change my this is something I'm kind of working on. It's through a signal here. Through a signal here for a short trade. And the thought on this is you short it when you get this signal. Your initial stop is a recent high, which I'm not going to let it go that high. That's too much of a stop for me. So what I would do is just a stop above this moving average. You can see it triggered here long and see what it did. If you look at a shorter time frame, there's a long signal here, but it never closed below this line until it got up here. And and this is just something I was just playing around. I was actually working on that other one that I've been working on. Look at the daily. I was working on that other one. I ran across this and I thought it was interesting. You know, I know you can't get as good of entries on something so simple like this, but if you have the funds to trade other trades outside of your normal trading and you can automate it, why not? If you make $30, $40, if you have a proven system that can make, you know, $100, $200 a month, and it's not tying up your other funds that you're using, why not do it? You know, if it's been back tested and proven to be profitable, who cares if you're only making 3% a trade on average? You're still making money, and that's how I look at it. So that's kind of what I'm doing with these. I'm setting automated trades in my IRA account on these, and I'm not making a killing, but I'm making a few bucks here and there, and I don't have to monitor it. You know, during the day I monitor my day trade account and I actively trade out of it. My IRA trades in the background without me even looking at it. And I don't, you know, I have long-term, you know, commons in there. I have Apple, I have SPY, I have Qs, I have Tesla. I have long-term stuff that I'm holding that are commons. But as far as options, I don't actively trade options in that account. So I just have these automated trades set up and I let them go. And I might only make, you know, 50 bucks here, 50 bucks there. But at the end of the month, that's a few $100s that I made from not doing anything. I have the alerts, or not even alerts. I have them set and I just let them go. And yeah, there's losers, but you know, this particular system here, the back testing on this showed it was only it only won 51% of the time, but the winners were so much bigger than the losers. And the whole crux of the system is supposed to be your stop is up here. So let's say your stop is here, your entry's right here. You would be in the trade until right here, because this would be the first close above that blue line. That's probably a little more than 1-to-1. However, being this far away from this, I would just put my stop a close above this line. That's going to stop me out of more of them than it was designed to stop you out of. But I'd rather keep the stops smaller. Now, if the high was here, let's say this wasn't here and this was the high, sure, I'd put this as my stop until I got moving. Then I'd change it. But yeah, why not set it? It's very easy to set. You know, if you look at the 15-minute chart. Now, granted, you don't get a lot of triggers with this. You know, this is a 15-minute chart. Right here, you had an entry. This would have failed. You would have entered way up here, and you would have stopped out here. But look at this one. You would have entered here, automatically entered here, and your stop would have been right here at 190.40. Your entry would have been at 187.42. That's only a $3 move, but that's on a 15-minute time frame. So, you know, you made, if you bought weekly, well, I wouldn't buy weeklies with these. I'd buy at least the monthly expiration on this. Depending, you know, if the monthly contracts expire next month, then I'd be looking at the following month to give them a little bit more time. I don't want only 1 week's time when I'm trading these, unless they're fairly cheap and they're tight spreads. But you know, $3 move even on a monthly expiration is going to give you a nice, you know, in one day. You enter at 12:30 in the afternoon and you're out at 3:30, so in 3 hours, $3 move, you're probably looking at 50% even on the monthlies at least. So, you know, if you spent $200, you made $100. So that's kind of why I do this. This isn't something I'm trying to replace my regular system with. This is something that I'm looking to supplement my accounts with. So that's why I want to keep an eye on the IWM. On the month, it gave this signal. I may want to wait until the price gets closer to this trend line, or not trend line, this moving average. This moving average is actually a 23 period move EMA. So I would maybe be waiting till this maybe pops back up, gets closer to that EMA, and then enter. And I'll put my stop on a close above this line, and I'll just let it ride and see where it goes. Like I said, it's only 51% on the back testing I saw. 51% success rate, but in that period, the account grew 212%. So I'm going to give it a try. It's worth a try. Percentage-wise, it's not, winning percentage-wise, it's not the best system, but profit-wise, 212% sounds good to me. And you can see it's, I don't want to say the proof is in the pudding, but you look at SPY, 15-minute. I don't know why this fades off like it does here. It does this on all the charts from what it looks like. It just fades way off back here. You would have had an entry here at 419.80. Your exit would have been here at 420.30. Probably wouldn't have made much money, hardly any money actually. With time decay, probably would have been just about break even. This one here, you would enter here. Your entry would be right here with your stop right here, and you wouldn't have got out of this trade until right here. So that's just about a 3-to-1 risk reward. Once you break whatever level you're comfortable with, you can move your stop, get rid of this stop completely, or you could do an OCO. You could do either this or a close below this, whichever way you want to do it. Experiment with it and try it. I'll go ahead and show you what this is. It's called a chandelier exit. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, and it's the code for it. I found this online just playing around. I was actually looking for stuff to work with my other script I'm trying to run, and ran across this. Actually, this here, I use a 0.7. I've been using 0.7, so that'll actually potentially change my results. So let's see what it does on IWM now. It may change that. So I just spent this whole time talking about it, and that's still there. So yeah, if we look at SPY again, 15-minute. Yeah, it didn't really change it. This here would not be an entry because it's above this moving average. You only short when it's below the moving average, only long when it's above the moving average. Unfortunately, it didn't give a signal here, or I would have got in it because I had it set to automatically trigger. I did not. I don't think I had it set for here because I didn't start doing this till the other night. But again, here's the script for it. I did not write the script. Looks like Chuck LeBeau wrote it. Chandelier exit. I'll paste this in the whatchamacallit, in the comments, and see how it works out. So again, thanks for watching. See you guys later, and bye.